Gandhi pondered something great, a world of happiness and no hate, to fuel the fire of people's desire. He knew his freedom was dire today. He had these thoughts so often he had to protest for freedom and change what was wrong, because somebody stole his rights from him and he would no longer be silenced.
Sometime on October 2nd, he was born in Porbandar, India. In 13, he married a woman named Kasturba. Later, he sailed to London to study law, showing Gandhi of all the things he could do. In 1893, he was thrown off a bus. There was no fitting in for him. He was forced to deal with what was real. There was no distraction to ask what he had to do. He changed our view on the world.
He had these thoughts so often he had to protest for freedom and change what was wrong, because somebody stole Gandhi's rights and he would no longer be silenced.
In 1906, Gandhi launched the disobedience campaign because this time he would fight for his people. He found over the course of his protests they all consisted of violence. In 1919, 400 people were killed in the massacre of Amritsar. Soon after, Gandhi was thrown in jail. Oh my, so wrong, but he didn't stop fighting. Gandhi liked it better when he had his rights. He knew there were things he could do, but for the things to work, there was protesting to do. And from the protests that he chose to do, peace would win and fear would lose. There was the Salt March and the Quit India, both to gain the rights. Because freedom is to be awake, and to be awake is for us to fight. For us to fight is to be alive. And Gandhi tried every time, risking his life, to let us know we needed to fight for our freedom.
He had these thoughts so often he had to protest for freedom and change what was wrong, because somebody stole Gandhi's rights and he would no longer be silenced.
At 78, Gandhi pondered something great. He was shot 3 times. That was his fate. Although he died, he still had a heart of fire, never quitting the rights that he desired. His dreams came alive that day.
He had these thoughts so often he had to protest for freedom and change what is wrong, because somebody stole Gandhi's rights and he was no longer silenced.